Hello, welcome to this video. This reading is for you. We're going to be checking the energy. You have definitely been revealed some truths about what you thought you knew, not from you, hilariously, from someone else. And they were tying in your own identity, if you will, and doing different things I'm getting that would portray you in different ways that are the ways that they are to life itself. And there's something how you've been dealing with some very weird shifts and figuring out who you are, and it's like destiny swapping, okay? And it's this modern day and age of destiny swapping where technology, screenshotting, sending it to people, group chats, anything to do with passing information between one another, okay? The game Telephone comes to mind. Always seems to bite whoever decided to start the little telephone game in the BUTT, if it's something to do about someone who they care about. And it's something in turn where it's in turn of this game, okay? You start with a sentence, you're like, the sky is blue today, and so you whisper it to someone next to you, and then they whisper what they thought they heard you say, and in the end it comes back to you, and it's typically completely different because people are like queuing in on different things. And so you yourself are given different odd opportunities to find what it is that people are hiding behind their own mask that would help you reveal a lot of different cords you can cut that would benefit you later on and would get you to where you want to be, who you want to be with. And when it's who you want to be with, you're also going to be able to enjoy life with whoever you want to be with. And that is something that I don't know why, but is like emphasizing immensely to be able to spend life with someone who allows you yourself to feel young, youthful, not childish though. All right, there's that kind of line where it's like instead of the opinion, they listen and they offer advice if it's needed. But it's something about that whole thing where they allow you to be you and they just watch in awe and inspiration. I see my parents as tiny children who need love. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I know now that I choose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. So it's this thing I'm getting, it's like a longing desire for you to have what it is that you have always wanted to experience in a way with another person. Life needs you to put it out there in way of like a vision board where you are controlling, if you will, the outcome of what the vision board will look like in the end. So you yourself dictate when the end is. It can always keep going, if you will. You can always take every single day and implement what you want the day to look like via vision board. There's a really great app, website, canva.com, Pinterest.com is an app and a website. Very, very great for mood board, law of attraction, vision board, allowing yourself to visually depict in an optimistic way, in a controlled way. You put in the search bar what you want, what you desire. It allows your subconscious to override whatever doubt that's blocking your opportunities, that's blocking you entering into the ultimate thing, which is, technology, social media. You yourself dictate how you want to be controlled by it, okay? Like, if you want to spiral, totally, but allow yourself to, like, spiral, like extreme home makeover, all right? But, like, DIY, luxurious, elegant, graceful, however you need to, in way for you to see that you're okay just as you are, to receive what you desire, receive what you want. You putting yourself out there in way of the vision board, doing the hard work, because it is, to keep focusing consistently on forgiving that doubt, forgiving the, if you will, things that oppress you, that put you down, and allow yourself to believe that you're made of not just beautiful stuff. You're made of tough stuff. You're made of natural stuff. You're made of pure stuff. You're made of stuff without also feeling. And this is something really interesting, where you see yourself without feeling a certain way. And this is something where you can shift that sort of thing, the feeling a certain way. It's like you're allowing yourself to give yourself, like, basically 5 minutes a day to breathe out and forgive out the feelings. You got to get it out, all right? And all that space in between is like peace, all right? It's something to do with you experiencing life without having the focus be on feelings. Peace is a beauty of life. It is sunshine. It is the smile of a child, the love of a mother, the joy of a father, togetherness of a family. Once you get to that point, you can just be yourself and relax. You'll become so much more happier in general. I see clearly now, the rent is gone. Yeah, it's something about you were going through some kind of shift by yourself, and it's like for your experience, because your path is different than everyone else, just like everyone else's path is different than everyone else. No path is the same for a reason. Now it's this whole thing of realizing your path is the way it is for a reason. The past was the past for a reason, and it's something about needing to realize how strong it is in way of your own character, of how authentically different you see yourself. It's something to do with your style of pizzazz, your like lifestyle. When it is the style of your life, that's up to you, and you've realized how to daily literally find the right outfit that matches the vibe, the aesthetic that you're looking for. This is something about raising your vibration. Gratitude is something about that, like a gratitude kind of outfit of the day. OOTD, gratitude today, baby. You know what I mean? Honor your agreement, mission, and motion. Every day is the day your mission comes to earth, if you will. And it's something about how you allowing yourself to realize it's not for anyone else. It's for you, and it's within you. That's like the most, what? That's like, huh? Yeah, it's like you have to give yourself a minute to realize that and that kind of realization, that kind of epiphany, it's going to be a minute for you to get that kind of sitting through. So deep breaths along the way. It's uncomfortable, that's for sure. Because, like, especially if you've made decisions where you're not happy now about it, tough luck, noodle, okay? It's done. It's made it. You've made that decision. Now forgive being not happy with yourself. Forgive being disappointed with yourself. And allow yourself to move on to better things, to brighter things. And it's for you, all right? I won't be able to say exactly what it is that you need to kind of move into. You'll feel it, all right? That's how you'll know, is your feelings will tell you. It's just that there's the overriding and way where certain feelings can totally override depending on your inner child work, how it is that you're connected with the mature and immature in way of emotional response in way of other people, where other people are also dealing with their own inner child kind of shenanigans, and everyone's childhood is different. And so this thing cool of comparison is you can find reflection in it. That I'm getting as something within these cards is we're going to be looking at past, present, future, the whole what happened in terms of growing up childhood wise for you to get that whole reflection of who you are in the now. All right, so past, present, future. The past is going to be this. I can't see it. I don't want to look at just yet. The present and the future. I'm just going to like read for a minute. So the past is what you've been dealing with in way of your own reflection, childhood-wise. I'm getting it's a lot of cleanup from your parents, from your grandparents, from those who came before you. Again, everyone has a mission, everyone has a reason, and everyone has fulfilled it exactly as they need to, as you have. It has been hard, yes. The reason is because you're a very, very strong, independent person alone. You yourself are not only a fighter, you're a leader, you're a guide. You also are a liberator for yourself. You are someone who gets yourself within you. When you fall down within you and you're like, I can't get up again, you allow yourself grace enough to get up again when it is that you're like, I can't get up again. And something to do with that. Healing, separation, go within. It's something about how outside you grew up with some kind of abandonment where now you found a really cool way to, I don't know, have the outside give you a really nice air hug, if you will, where you give yourself a hug, if you will. And so when you give yourself a hug now, it's like this kind of self-motivating, validating way to say, I do matter, I am full of matter. Even if the outside doesn't want to appreciate me, I'm going to appreciate myself even more so. I'm going to scream inside of my head validations, high self-esteem. I am worth every single second, every single moment of the day. I am full of important life. I am full of matter. I am of important matter. Allowing yourself to really give yourself this separation, okay? When it comes to outside making you feel that kind of shallow like within, where it's like a deep, usually it's filled with a lot of water, it's like the ocean. Now you got to land and you accidentally got into some shallow water. And with any like animal in the ocean, when it gets to shallow water, it's not a good situation, all right? So you yourself needed to separate so that you could get back to your roots, if you will, and fill the well, because every single well eventually will dry up if the stream or some kind of like riverbed dries up, something like that. So it's like the well will have water for a very long time, Your childhood, you had a lot of child nourishing like excitement through your life. Then it drained you, okay? And now you're at a point where you're getting back to nourishing yourself, of rewriting your beliefs of who you are, of how much you matter in life, of how much you're worth in way of what you want to do with your future specifically. Go speak your truth, express yourself. So now in this, right, with the comparison, the reflection, you're allowing yourself to hear yourself out when you feel that insecurity, and then you're giving yourself that kind of validation that it's okay to be insecure. We're going to forgive it because there's a lot more about you in the moment besides how you feel. All right? And there's other people around who see that when you do that whole practice of forgiveness, it's really interesting of how more settled you are within yourself that you seem to other people, where before, when it was healing separation, it was like they saw that it was too much for you. Now it's like you found a way to find your authentic way to anchor in your own truth. This is really cool. Like, it's also something where it's like grounding and you're like, whoa, because you also realize you did make mistakes in the way that you decided to behave, to see other people, where now you're not revealing so much of who you are in the now of what you're about, until I'm getting that it gets a lot more physical. Like, you can see a lot more physical success. Like, for instance, when you have a garden, you prepare the garden, the land, and then you put the seeds down, you water, you care for it. You have to let nature take its course. So you have to have the roots go, the seed does its thing, and then you have to allow yourself to have that kind of like intentional faith that in the future it's going to be so much more settled, so much more how you want it to be. And so that in the future is what to look at: spiritual awakening, shift, or be shifted. So this is like a lesson for you in ways where no matter what is outside of you, within you is how it is that you can change your own reflection. And this will allow you to get to that whole thing of releasing frustration and reinstating compassion and peace, and just, yeah, like, everyone's trying to be the best that they can be, even if it looks chaotic to someone else, feels chaotic to someone else. It is only for like one's own self when it comes to chaos, if you will, where like you will feel it outside in ways where outside sparks your inner chaos. And that in of itself is the whole I'm getting separation, speak your truth, and spiritual awakening. You're almost like some kind of shifter in way of chaos, where you're a transmuter, allowing people who are already successful find ways to keep being successful, as well as you help others who are gaining success or wanting that success. You're giving them a lot of different ideas, seeds as well. It's like you're someone who will always have some kind of seed of truth, some kind of way to share your truth, and it's always through you in ways of how you hold your own energy, how you hold your own self. It's something where you definitely know who it is to share your tears with them, if that makes sense. In Harry Potter, I don't know why, but I'm getting, it's like the tears in ways of okay, maybe not tears, it's the memories. That's what it is. In Harry Potter, they have this like bowl, and it's like you take memories, you put it in the bowl, and it's kind of like water. I don't really know what it is, okay? Whatever. They don't really explain it in the movie, but basically you put your face in the water, and then you look down and it's almost as if you're going through like some kind of portal and you're in some kind of memory. And what this is what you're going through every single day is you're going through some kind of portal in way of taking care of your past memories that still need to be healed, still need to be taken care of. This is where you're going to gain a lot more control in way of who you are in the now as to what you're capable of giving, especially in way of making money. That sets you different. Because it's something about the way that you're different is also the way that you can gain a lot of capital wealth. And it's through how it is that you pick up in way of how you present yourself, if you will. Definitely something about wanting to have others see how hard it is that it is being you, to be you, if you will. And it's not something in way of wanting to be boastful or anything like that. It's something about how people think it's super easy, where it's really a struggle bus. And it's like, this whole thing I'm getting is like, why does it seem so easy in ways of how other people think it's easy for you? Like, and why is it that you think it's so hard? It's something about how it's like coming from you and it's really hard to see from you. Sanctuary in nightlife. Find a safe place so you can heal. You are ready. Sometimes it is difficult to see the path in front of us. Listen to your intuition. Do not ignore it. Like, it really is shadow work alley. Like, it's in Harry Potter when he accidentally said the wrong address or the wrong name and he went to like this really sketch alley and oh my gosh, okay, this gets me going on a story, let me tell you. So when I was younger, I went to Barcelona with my mom and my family. It was lit. I am so grateful for the experience. Hands down, Barcelona, I bow down to. You are elegant, graceful, the country, everything about it. If you can, travel to it because it's like, it lit up my world. If you can't tell, it lit up my world. Anyway, so while we were on the trip, we went to the red light district by accident because we were going to this like pizza place. And I don't know why, but I remember it so distinctly about like the pizza being so good. And it wasn't like anything sketch. It wasn't anything like, I don't know. It wasn't weird or anything. Like, I was a kid too, so I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, ooh, I love the red lights. Because they actually had red lights. It was so cool. But anyway. But there was something about how me and like my childlike wonderment was so whatever about all the social taboo of it being like not cool or whatever. It's something about how you yourself are like that, where you take like things of like, oh, it's like not cool. It's like kind of, how would I put it? Like, basically it's something about your, I don't know what the blacklisting, I don't know what blacklisting is, but it's something about how you bring up these different like club rules, if you will. Okay, hear me out. And these like groups, and these groups I'm getting are like not, how would I put it? They're like secret society groups. Let me just tell you one thing about that. Downfall of the ultimate society of everything. Come on now. Secret society is nothing more than a high school club, a high school clique, if you will, of like, what is it called? Pink Girls or whatever that movie is with Regina George. It's something about how you're making your own life your way. All right, you're living your own way. You're not sharing also with people what you do during your day. All right, you got stuff going on. I don't know, the meal is in the oven, baby. Okay, you know what you did to fill that turkey up. All right, you shoved those herbs in that turkey. Yes, you did. Okay, now you're waiting for the results. And the results is like, come whenever your state fair is, if you're watching in the United States, if you're watching elsewhere, whatever kind of fair, parade, whatever kind of celebration of other kind of people, it's going to come through where you're going to get your wishes, needs, wants met that you wanted to have like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You went through a major shift in realizing people, when it comes to love-based relationships, whether friends, with someone romantic, with family, really conflicted with your own love for yourself as to how you talk to yourself, as to how you speak to yourself, how you hold yourself, how worthy it is you feel around also strangers that have like 0.25 seconds of exposure of who you are in life, and then that's it. Like, it's this thing where you're realizing that you yourself bring out the peace that you really have wanted to receive from other people, where they would spark up different conversations. They are actually. That's the interesting thing too. Is like when it comes to, yeah, kind of like asking, hey, outside, whatever it is you believe in, that's like, hey, I'll help you out. I'll help raise the energy too, you know what I mean? It's something about that where it's like you're asking for other people who help raise the energy of keeping things lively. Like in your mind, in your heart, if you're too scared to say it out loud, if you're too intimidated, wherever you're at, it's something where it's like that is like a beacon for others who are in the way of I can't find it, but caretaking. It was in here. It was caretaking. Whatever. Sensor connection onion. So it's something where you're going through the breakthroughs of beliefs that you have to live a certain way to be successful. You yourself set the standard of success depending on the self of who you are today. We'll do this. Boop. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. So this is really interesting in way of dedication and way of focus on what is the effing point of literally having the precious moment right now of you existing. You are the point. And if it's something about how in your mind what you point out to yourself stresses you out, that's where I'm getting the shift needs to happen, where you yourself set a boundary with yourself and you say, whoa, hold on, self. Let's chill out a minute, all right? We a hot young Mustang. Chill out. Whoa. Nay, I don't know. It's been forever since I've ridden a horse, okay? But man, do I love riding horses. And that's not anything X-rated. Get that out of your mind, nah. Forgive yourself of that, nah. It makes me think of actually, when I was younger, my family and I used to ride, or like we went to Fort Robinson, I think. And we went, and there was like horseback riding, and it was lit. I remember the horse's name was Domino. I don't know why, but I don't know why. I still remember that horse's name. It was amazing. That's the way it is, though, where you're at. where you're like stress free in ways where other people are like under a spell almost. And you're like, what? It's like you broke free of some spell where, whatever it is, whoever it is that's been like grouchy, that's been just like dragging you down with what they say. It's something about that in of itself. It feels like a challenge to always fight. And so it's like, how can you flow now? Instead of fighting, release it, forgive it. The thing now is you want to flow, and it's something about you have your own mission. And this allows you to focus on what is the point for you in the moment. How can you get yourself to focus on where it is that you want to go next towards the direction that you choose? You know what I mean? Like, you choose it though. It's always within you. The way to happiness is keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry, live simply, give much, fill your life with love. Because there always will be, like, whatever is set out, whatever is sent out, okay, that's in your control. Whatever other people send to you is not in your control. It's something where you have to find that, like, it's like this inspiration. It's this like balanced way, harmony way, where you forgive the feelings of fighting, frustration of how other people need their life set up. And you're like, cool. And you're like, how do I need my life set up? And the thing that I'm getting is having the courage to trust yourself when you trusted other people that hurt you is the almost like the catch-22 that sends you either spiraling, or it's like a rocket that sends you up to outer space. I'm getting it's like you want the ladder, the rocket to outer space. Master Alchemist, Violet Flame activation. It's like this really cool thing where you always have the chance with the day. The following hours of the day will be the future of the day. This is a known fact. 24 hours a day, yes. Tomorrow will come, yes. The night is the shittiest part, okay, of living life some days. The daytime could be the shittiest part of living life some days, all right? How it is in ways of how it feels gross for you, that is the area, hilariously enough, where success will be, where it will get you from feeling gross to feeling superb. This is where the forgiveness is. It'll leave when you forgive. You'll have a gaping hole and you're like, ow. Yeah, the truth hurts. It will set you free. So when you have this hole, right, the Master Alchemist, the Violet Flame activation. Violet Flame is some type of energy. I'm not really as expertise in this, so go do your research. But for what I know, it's something to do. Oh, well, here's a book. Here's a book. Let me go to the book. Blah, 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 blah. So, adopting a regular practice of immersing your body in the violet liquid fire energy will activate your pineal gland, awakening your spiritual DNA. It's a sacred essential tool, sacred ascension tool, allowing you to access the highest version of yourself, used to rejuvenate your mind, body, soul, and heart. So like that really gaping wound, it will be a lot, how would I put it? You'll feel a lot less hurt and pain in the area listening to this music, allowing yourself to envision being washed over like a shower, like a waterfall of violet flame activation. And if you're wondering what this is the deck. It's a really cool deck. I love it. But this is something where you yourself are able to like really shift, go DNA roots deep. And like when DNA first started, sort of thing, roots deep. So you're going to shift how you want to shift. And let me tell you something. You're going to look like you just stepped out of like a time traveling machine, and outside is like, what? Yeah. And of course, it's not going to be like all at once. I kid you not, 3 years ago, it's something about that where your life shifted radically 3 years ago. And it deharmonized where it is that it usually is in harmony for you. I will say, though, it is something about how this is a previous wounding. And that previous wounding is not from your choice. It's from someone else wanting to choose their desire over, like, the greater good of the environment, where it's like, yeah, it's like not being honest with you. I'm getting, like, whoever it is that you dealt with. Abundance and reflection. It's something about what does it say? Deharmonizing is also from the delusion. People like literally put illusion up in way of delusion, delulu, where this is like hiding from their own truth, telling others that, like, how would I put it? Yeah, it's like realizing that you yourself are given experiences and ways of dealing with other people's poo-poo behavior to gain awareness of how to heal others later on who are similar to you, having to recover from other people's poo-poo behavior, where it's like one big circle, because it's something where you yourself acted also in way of poo-poo behavior. Now you're grounding in and you're like, it is what it is. The past is what it is. Karmic purge, mirror reflection. So it is something where the past 3 years is also different wake-up calls that you wanted to give yourself. Kind of like right now, looking back, you're like, I should do this. I could do that. I would do that. And you're recorrecting in ways where in now the shoulda, woulda, couldas, you're planning it out so they're successful in the ways of you don't need to even tell yourself shoulda, woulda, coulda, because you're on the path of success no matter what. And it's something about when you decide right now, any moment in the now, that you want to shift to the path of success, you already are on it because you're choosing to shift. So it's really cool. I'm getting like allowing yourself to just give yourself a break of wanting to be a certain way and way of other people today, right? You're like, let me present myself this way. Know that however you present is the best version that you can figure out in the day. And when it comes like the version of who you want to be, I'm getting it's like you're always that version of who you want to be. Yes, like this belief. It's something about the disbelief is just you're still waiting to see what's already within you, in your own behavior, in your own actions, in your own changing of your pride, your ego, your individual desires yourself. Stress is caused by being here but wanting to be there. So you're already there, you're already here, you're where you need to be to get to where you want to be. Let's have where you want to be come to you now. Success is peace of mind. which is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you are capable. So there's something very interesting about how there's a lot of radical change in way of self-acceptance when you physically shift what you're doing in ways of cleaning up your room, in ways of cleaning up your car if you have one, your purse, your bag, your main satchel carrying, where you carry all your important things when you go out and about. I'm getting that it's at night, allowing yourself to set up what clothes you're gonna wear, to set up the next day of like hygiene and presenting yourself a certain way. It's something about, there's a lot of time that you spend trying to present yourself a certain way, get yourself into character where you already are the character. And so however it is that you choose to present yourself is the perfect way to present yourself. All right, so that's already taken care of. It's this whole thing about having fun in way of deciding how you want to present yourself. So like on Pinterest, how, like for instance, if you do go onto it, how do you, like on the search bar, type in what you type in? What do you type in? Okay, it's something about realizing that how you're already doing things is exactly how you need to do things. And that's not what it is to be stressed over. All right, that's not what it is, because it's something about replacing needing to stress over things with trusting that things will work out. That what literally is outside your control is literally not your responsibility to hold. And so forgive whatever it is outside that's not in your control, which is everything outside. Like, I know it's like the responsibility feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, when in reality it's not. And it's this funny thing of other people want to convince you it is, when it's like, no, nope. We're all responsible for our own selves. I'm safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. I breathe in the fullness and richness of life. I observe with joy as life abundantly supports me and supplies me with more good than I could imagine, than I can imagine. I bless my home with love. I put love in every corner, and my home lovingly responds with warmth and comfort. I am at peace. My home is a peaceful haven. If it's not, you're not alone. You're not alone. The whole thing with gaining a peaceful outside is to have a peaceful presence within yourself, within side. Yeah, we'll go with that, because it's really like, it's really this beautiful thing of inside who you are is exactly how you need to be. Like, there's nothing about your presence that's not correct in how it is that your presence needs to be. All right, your presence is your essence, your authenticity. It's also your truth. I'm getting like how it is that you, I don't know, like how it is that you really think in ways of balancing the harmony, the like, it's like this harmony of, you have peace and then you have like stress. All right, and you're like, what do I want to care more of? And it's something where realizing that however it is that you decide is like actually the correct thing later on, where you're like, oh yeah, that was actually a really great suggestion. I'm really glad I did that. Yeah. It's gonna be the energy. It's gonna be the reading. I hope that this has helped. I hope that it settles some things for you, gives you guidance, allows you to just see that the world is your oyster, my friend. Chaotically so and peacefully so. Let's go. Yeah. But anyway, I'll see you in another video. Bye.